Hey guys, how you doing? Musky Road Rules podcast, episode number 227. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for telling all your friends about us. We just did the Milwaukee Muskie show this last weekend, and it was really cool. A lot of guys come up to the booth and said they really enjoyed the podcast. No one came up to me and said they hated my guts. Although I did get an email that said the language is too foul and you should never talk to anyone again. So at least I'm getting emails, which I do enjoy. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Musky Road Rules. Guys, we got our last two clinics coming up this weekend, which is what we're going to talk about on here tonight. One in Nishwa on Saturday and one in the Minneapolis area on Sunday at Thorn Brothers. So, guys, check that out. Go to muskyroadrules.com. You can sign up there. All early sign-ups get a free leader from Stealth Tackle. And also you can text us at 606-776-6729, the Lungen Lures text line. Lungen Lures, makers of some of the finest moldy crankbaits in the area. Did I just give my home phone number out? Hold on. That might have been my home phone number. 606-776-6570. That's the one that you want to text. Don't text the other one, or you might get an angry reply. So 606-776-6570. On the phone tonight, we have Kevin Cochran and Ryan McMahon, who's going to be at the Road Rules Clinics this weekend. Guys, how you doing?
Very good.
I'm doing good.
Well, that's good, because I am struggling today. I'm up at the property that I picked up in the Northwest Angle, and I was so excited because I'm like, all right, it's Milwaukee show. I'm going to run up there. I bought some new flooring to put down in the main room. All excited. Get that done. I was like, it'd be a day-and-a-half job. And then I just got 2 days to do nothing. I was all excited. Walk up to the door, and the only way I can describe this when I open the door is, a cow pissing on a flat rock is what it sounded like in the house. I go in, and apparently the heat must have went down or something. And in the bathroom, the water filter that's in the bathroom had froze and fell off. And so I had a 3/4 inch line of water just pummeling the floor. There was an inch of water in the bedroom, which is really good. That's where I've always wanted a waterbed. So we had that in there. So now I've been tearing up flooring, looking at subfloor, trying to make sure everything's good. And, that's how my last day and a half's been. How's your all's days been?
Better than that.
Yeah, definitely better than that.
Oh, it is awful. So trying to figure this out because we got renters coming in this weekend, and it is good stuff.
Well, at least you guys were planning on replacing the floor, but hopefully
not that floor though. That was going to be floor. That was going to be floor for the summer. Now I got floor for the whole place. We just got back from War Road, bought flooring, bought a bunch of stuff that I don't know how to use. So I'm going to be watching YouTube videos and trying to fix stuff that I really don't understand. So
Ryan by trade is a carpenter. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I know. He's going to build me a screened-in porch this summer.
I'm about 16 years out of practice, but I think I still know which side of the tape measure to hold and which side to poke things with. But dude, that does not sound good. I've been complaining because we're supposed to get like 20 inches of snow down here, but I think I'll take 20 inches of snow rather than a skating rink on my
it wasn't
floor.
The good thing, it wasn't frozen. And the weird thing is we pull in and we got here at like noon yesterday. And so I'm like, all right, cool, we're here. Get things settled in, we can get to work. And when I walk onto the porch, I notice in the yard there's like a big a bunch of the snow was gone. It looked like a ravine. And and I go, that's weird. Then I opened the door and I figured out where the ravine came from. So I don't know. I know
you didn't have a hot spring.
It was a hot something. I mean, it's been running for a while, but like I said, so far. I mean, all the subfloor. We've been drying it now for the last 24 hours, and it's not buckled or anything. So I guess that's good.
Nice. And then I assume there's no basement with that, right?
No.
Okay.
The only thing is that we figured out we did find the hole where the water was running out. So I bought some great stuff, and I'm going to be stuffing stuff real great here for the next probably starting that tomorrow. And so it's been good.
Slap a little kills down and you'll be fine.
That's exactly right. I'm just gonna go in there and just type into YouTube how to fix wet floor and just see what happens.
Most commonly Googled thing in your in the cabin by renters is going to be, what does mold smell like?
Yes. What does mold smell like? Flowers? Well,
or can I be around mold for 24 hours and be fine?
Yeah. What does black mold look like? Yep, right there. Google image search. Oh yeah, that's
you just gotta fish long days and you'll be good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mushrooms never
sleep
killed anyone.
Sleep on the porch. I mean, if it's nice out, sleep on the porch.
I know. When Ryan gets done with my screened-in porch, then I can sleep out there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So, no, it's just, I don't know. This is my first dealings with, but I've never dealt with severe cold like this. And what pisses me off, we left the heat on, but I don't know, something didn't go right. So we went and bought a couple of eco heaters that we can just leave plugged in with thermostats on them, and the other heater seems to be working fine in the main room. It just, I don't know, that was a bummer there. I don't like squishy feet, and there was a lot of it yesterday. But we're good. But nonetheless, we got Musky Road Rules this weekend. We're going to be down in the cities, and it's going to be on Saturday. Kevin, we're going to be in Nishwa. There near Brainerd at the American Legion. It's going to be you and Riley Hansen's going to be talking there. And Kevin, you're going to be talking. What's your topic?
It's all early season. It's basically what to do the first couple weeks of the season. And I think that's kind of where I kind of, I don't know, I've done a lot of like open water stuff. I've done a lot of like casting shallow on big lakes, targeting immediate post-spawn fish. But so it's just I'm gonna break down some different scenarios and just tell you what I'm doing and on large lakes versus small lakes and pressured lakes and non-pressured lakes. The tactics are completely different. So, I'm fortunate in my area where I've got like 20 musky lakes, so I can bounce around a lot and hit like lakes that peak at certain times. But man, I really love that early June bite. Ryan's been up with me and we've done some early June stuff, and we've had we've had a lot of fun. So I love early season. That's my thing.
Cool. What? Hey, Kevin, what was? When did you get started fishing, or what got you started musky fishing up here in Minnesota, or just in general?
So after high school, I graduated from Indiana actually, and I moved to southern Minnesota. My parents moved to southern Minnesota my senior year and kind of left me to my own devices down there in Indiana.
A latchkey child.
Yeah. I was there my senior year and lived with a friend and just was going nowhere fast. And so I moved to Minnesota and went to college and, down in southern Minnesota for a year and a half. And by, I think, 2002, I was up here in Bemidji. And I knew, so I started musky fishing in like French Lake and Faribault. Sure. And some in the Twin Cities, like some, and I kind of hit it right at the peak times there in that 2000. And, I got into it, and I think like the first year, I worked at Cabela's, and the first year I started hitting it really hard, and I think we got like 35 fish the first year, and it wasn't hard to do back in those days, you know.
Sure.
And you got to experience a lot of that 2002 stuff, and then I moved up to Bemidji. I knew I wanted to fish, and I knew I wanted to maybe go to college, but I wanted to fish, and moved up here, and you know, started hitting all these lakes. I lived on Plantagenet my first year up here, and nobody was fishing it. You know, this has gone back 20 years. And I know Ryan's experienced that back a long ways, like 15, 17 years ago. He experienced that up here too. We have some mutual friends that he would come up and fish with. But, you know, that early 2000 bite around here was pretty phenomenal. You were chasing giant fish that received no pressure. So there was, you know, I think right around that time there was like an 8-day period where we got a 50 every day for 8 days in a row, and you know, and which is really unheard of now. So
that was not quite what Jim and I were doing when we were going up there, but I mean we were close. We were close.
Well, oh, yeah, but I mean you were weekend warrior in it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You weren't on it every day, but yeah, I mean it was you know, I got started, and then I got started guiding maybe 3 years later. You know, and Chad was around the area, and Mike Holbert was around the area. Chad Kane was fishing around here, and Mike. So I was friends with Mike back then, and that's when he was cool. But you know, and then I just kind of I got into guiding just because I wanted to work as least as possible, and
sure, I get that
in the summer, you know, right? in the summer, and I went to college, and then I guided all summer, so it was cool. I loved it.
No, well, that's a good deal. Now, are you guiding full time now, Kevin, or are you still teaching?
So yeah, I took a year off in 20. So I guided all season, and then now I am back teaching, and I was able to take that year off. We had a baby, so now I'm back teaching. You know, starting after Labor Day, and then of course ending, and I end actually the first Friday of June. So it works out that musky fishing starts the first Saturday of June, so usually the next day. But you know, it's I want to be on the water more, but I would say during the school I'm on the water 4 or 5 days a week. So
sure. All right. Well, good deal, man. And that early season stuff you're going to be talking about, it's amazing that how many big fish can be caught early.
It is.
How many nice fish, you know, it's no longer, you know, everybody used to say, oh, you got to wait till the fall to catch the big ones. But I mean, they don't just show up in the fall. They're alive all year. So that early season stuff is pretty cool. I know it can be a struggle bust for a lot of guys, especially in clear water. It can be a definite struggle bust. So,
and you remember, you know, 15, 18 years ago, that open water trolling bite.
Sure.
I mean, that was insane, right? I mean, I would put 14-inch jigs behind boards, and I would engage the reel, and you know, we would troll for 2 minutes and get fish, right? It was insane. You know, and trolling with blades and weights and doing all sorts of crazy stuff back then was pretty awesome. And I think all that trolling pressure over the course of like 10 years, that had a negative impact, not necessarily on the fishery, but with just like your catch ratio. If you were still doing that, it's like the trollers on high pressure lakes up here, they really struggle. So
sure.
Yeah, so it's kind of a casting game, and you know, and picking off fish and really pinpointing the fish with electronics and all that.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I think just things change. It's just, It's kind of an evolution, and you just got to kind of run with it and everything, and try not to make them bite what they used to. Is a big thing. But now, Ryan, you're going to be at Thorne Brothers on Sunday, and you're going to give a talk, but you got to get out of there pretty quick because you're the coach of the year in girls hockey, right?
Well, none of the votes are in yet, but I think I pretty much have it locked up.
You think you have
we
that
had a big we had a big win, U15A, big district win last weekend, and we're going to be going for first place on Saturday.
So
hold
on a second here. You said U15A. That makes no sense to me. That is just letters and numbers. What is that?
So it's 8th and 9th grade girls.
Oh, okay.
8th and 9th grade girls, yep. So basically, if we win on Saturday, I'm not going to have a time crunch, but we're playing like the best team in the state, Stillwater Red, and we're anticipating probably a close game, but we're probably not going to edge them out. So then we got to go and play for second place. That's kind of like
you've already got them losing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I want to see you
on air.
I want to see you doing the Jim Valvano run around, look for somebody to hug on the ice. That's what I want to see.
Do you think Bobby Knight ever went to a game just saying, "Yeah, we're probably not going to win this one, guys.
We're not gonna win this one, and I will not strangle you." He's never going to say either one of those.
I don't know if Bobby Knight ever agreed to do a road rules thing, though. I mean, this is a big commitment. Greg was trying to pin me down for this for a while, and I just couldn't give him a straight answer. And then
it was rather annoying too, because I'm can you please just yes or no?
check this box or check this box.
Exactly. I'm going to make you be like Yoda. I need I know yes, I don't know, try. That's
no, it should work out. It should work out. I might have to skedaddle out of there pretty quick after I yap at people, but yeah, no, I'm excited to be out there. I haven't even stopped into Thorne Brothers yet. I got to get in there to order some rods and pick up some stuff, so I'm excited to get over there. I might not be able to get it all done though on that trip, but yeah, we should have a good turnout though. Thorne Brothers, I mean, they've done some amazing things there, remodeled. They got the nice talking space upstairs where I'm assuming we'll be. So yeah, it should be a good time.
As long as they have room for two English bulldogs, one very old farting one and one puppy. That there's a reason they make puppies cute, because you would kill them if they weren't. Because
yeah, they're very dog friendly there. They might let those two in. I'm not sure.
Well, they the puppy, we got him a pack and play for a little kid. I call it Shawshank because he has to stay in there. Or he'll drive everyone fucking crazy. Now they're both just laying on top of each other on the bed, looking sweet. But I know that's
trying to keep their paws dry.
That's only a rouge, because I know they're going to become evil here soon. But yeah, so Ryan, what are you going to talk about?
I think maybe we'll just go over like converting your old galvanized plumbing into PEX. Maybe.
Oh, please! I've got PEX. That's what I got. I've got PEX.
Got PEX?
Yeah.
And that split? That split?
No. Oh. The canister, the filter canister, froze and fell, and broke off. So.
Yeah, you're going to be on YouTube here figuring that out, buddy.
Well, I got a guy who said he's a plumber coming over, but I don't know. I'm just assuming that.
You know Tom Johnson?
Tom Johnson. Yeah. Is that who's coming over? That's who's coming over.
That's who's coming over. Well, he's a great dude. So.
All right. Well, that's who's coming. His wife is the postmaster up here, and we've gotten to know her and him, and I have to find out as soon as I go anywhere, I have to find out who can fix shit, because that's what I need, because I've gotten to know the people that can fix, like I've already made friends with the kid that owns the marina. because I know I'm going to need all that shit. So it's
like normally if you come to a new town and you're like starting a new business, you hand out your flyers. When Greg moves to a new town, he just hands out flyers for everybody to come find him when all the shit breaks.
I got one of those pieces of paper I put up at the bar with a little tag at the end of it with my number on it.
Yeah,
if you can do this, call me.
Yeah.
If you can do this, call me.
Boat trailers, specifically hub assemblies.
Hub assemblies.
Yeah, you got a good trailer guy up there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, everybody up here has like 17 jobs. It's like Mayberry. Everybody does a little bit of everything. So that's one thing I do like about up here. If you need something, just go down to Jerry's, the bar, and just kind of say, hey, do you know anybody that does? And somebody will know somebody.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
that's perfect.
But yeah, Tom's supposed to be here sometime. You might, if he comes in, you're going to know because you're going to hear two very loud barking bulldogs that think they want to attack, but they literally just want you to pet them.
That Tom, man, he's a musky hound.
Oh yeah,
himself.
Yep. We've talked some and everything. So I'm looking forward to this summer. Getting to know the guys up here and getting to know the area a little bit better. And no, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But Ryan, what are you going to talk about? I know it ain't going to be about plumbing, so.
Well, we covered that pretty good here. No, I'm
second rate coach.
Right.
Exactly.
No, we do a little chalk talk actually.
X's and O's.
We're gonna talk forechecks. We'll talk some muskies, I guess. I think we'll do some metro stuff and kind of look at some of the different patterns over the last 10 years, just kind of some of the general patterns, and then just sort of how I've seen them change over the last few years. Similar to what Kevin is talking about. And I think there's a lot of folks that have been at it for a while in Minnesota that can really kind of take a step back, and we fished through some really, really good times and some really, really like pretty good times, and now it's not like it's bad, but I just feel like there's been a lot of changes, in the last maybe 5 or 6 years, more so than there was, in probably the previous 10 or so. So yeah, I kind of go over some of the changing conditions, some of the stuff I've seen, happen in the lakes, and some of the chain reactions, that type of thing. Do a little bit of comparing it to some of the up north lakes where I fish. Lakes or places like Detroit Lakes. Greg, you're no stranger up there. I've been able to kind of get up there some parts of the season, earlier in the season, that I kind of hadn't been up there for a long time. The last couple seasons I've spent some time in June and early July up there. So kind of compare and contrast some of that stuff. Look at some bait trends and that type of thing. Just cover some metro stuff, and usually we have good discussions. Anytime I talk metro stuff around town here, we usually have some pretty good discussions. There's a lot of good fishermen around here, and they usually show up, and we get some good questions and good discussions going. So it should be fun. I always enjoy speaking around here and seeing all the fellows come out.
Where in the metro do you usually fish at, Ryan?
Well, much contrary to what a lot of people think, I think a lot of people think I'm on Minnetonka all the time. I really am not on Minnetonka that much. I'm actually, as we're talking right now, if the sun was out, I'd be watching it set, but I'm looking out at White Bear Lake right now. I live about a block away from White Bear, so being on this side of town, I got White Bear Lake, Bald Eagle Lake, and Forest Lake are right here. So I fish those primarily when I'm in the cities. I do fish Tonka a lot of times, not till after Labor Day. But they all are similar but different. And that's something we'll talk about, especially when I talk about the changes in the lakes. I've known all these lakes since, pre-zebra mussel through curly leaf pondweed, treating them with alum. I mean, all kinds of different stuff that's happened to these lakes, and kind of been through it all. So, it'll be fun to go through all that stuff, and fun and sometimes painful when you talk about, you start hearkening back to the good old days, and some of the bites that used to get on. I got a new computer, so I was having to kind of import some pictures and stuff, and I was going through some of these old pictures, and I'm like, man, we used to catch a lot of fish on bucktails in June. And
you got a new Commodore 64?
Yeah. We'll have to boot that thing up a little bit early when I get there on Sunday, but
get some floppies.
No, yeah, everybody bring your 3.5-inch floppy. No, it should be a good talk. It should be a good talk. And if it isn't, then you guys can all throw stuff at me or something. But
if it's not, then well, you're still going to sit there anyway. What got you started in muskie fishing, Ryan?
Oh, well, Kevin mentioned my buddies. So I had two of my good buddies I grew up with. They went to school in Bemidji, actually. And so, yeah, and so we graduated high school in 2000. So these guys were there just in the pre-cowgirl years, and that was, so we kind of started fishing up there at that point. But my two buddies both respectively had cabins on Muskie Lakes, one on Bone Lake in western Wisconsin, Polk County, and then the other one on Pelican Lake up by Detroit Lakes. So, kind of as a teenager, we kind of graduated from bass and walleye fishing, to just wanting to catch the biggest fish in the lake. And, the rest is history. I mean, we all kind of have the same story, once these fish get a hold of you, it was kind of all we could think about. So
yeah,
that's where it all started for me.
Well, good deal. No, I think it's going to be a good event. You're talking about the cities being right there into the, the metro waters. The only ones I fished two of them. I fished Independence a long time ago, and then spent a few tournaments on Minnetonka, and I've always liked Minnetonka, and it definitely has changed with the zebra mussels and stuff in there, as a lot of lakes have, and that's definitely a big thing. But just to let guys know, we're going to be starting these at 10 a.m. At both locations. It goes 10 to 4. It's $45. Women and children and vets are free. So come on in. We're going to have raffle prizes. We're going to have deals on nets and rods and stuff. There'll be door prizes there as well. A lot of stuff that guys can get into and do for the events. We do take a lunch break as well, and it's just a really good time. You get to go and talk muskies. It's super relaxed, and we have a lot of guys come there and they can talk and pick the brains of everyone, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The one at Thorne Brothers should be cool. You can always just shop in the store and everything, and we're also at Thorne Brothers. I lined it up today. We're going to have one of the guys talk about rod and reel combos and like what to look for in muskie rods and some of the rods that they have there. I know I'm going to be fishing Thorne Brothers rods this year. I'm looking forward to getting some of those stealths. Did you fish any of those last year, Ryan?
I did not, but I've talked to the guys quite a bit, and I'm not sure how much is being said. There's a lot of things that I'm excited about with those. As far as the 10-footers, I know that they're going to be a bit lighter.
Yeah.
In the butt end section, which is one thing I love. I mean, my favorite muskie rod of all times is a Predator X Heavy. And when those to extend those out to 10-footers they're a bit heavy. So I found myself throwing 9.6, 9.7s a lot more. I'm really excited for these stealths.
That's a full 10-foot blank.
Yeah.
Kevin, have you tried them?
It's going to feel.
Kevin, have you tried those stealths?
I have not. Nope. I've talked to some guys that have, but unfortunately I have not thrown one. I'm going to order probably at least half a dozen this year, though.
Yeah, that's what
there's a lot to be excited about them.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get some trolling rods from them. Kevin, is that the trolling rod that you use? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I use all my rods are all Thorne Brothers rods. I use all of their board rods. I've got board rods. And then I've got some down rods as well, and then of course all my casting stuff. But I'd like to see that if it can be done. I'd like to see that stealth rod brought out to like 10.5 or maybe even an 11-footer. Yeah, that may sound crazy, but
I think they can. I mean, I think because it's a full 10-foot blank, and they could probably add something in the butt. To it. I mean, there's a lot of things there. I mean, they're going to build me a wire rod, which I've never had a wire rod built. I've just had really shitty ones for trolling. So that's going to be interesting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've never really. I've got some of the 10-foot predators, and I love them. And that's kind of what I throw. For me, my summer and fall musky fishing is all on that, and then. In the spring, where I'm down south and we throw glide baits and some smaller baits and stuff, I kind of have a whole hodgepodge of rods, but I'm going to get some. They're going to make me like some 8-foot glide bait rods and some things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I talked to Kurt a lot at the Milwaukee show. I think they had a good show there. It was really crowded. I was a little, after last year, some of the shows were kind of, so, and I really got a good feeling about them right now because all the ones I've been to have had a really good crowd and guys spending money, and I think it's a really good thing. Have you guys seen anything new this year that's piqued your interest?
I haven't. I'm going to be at the Minnesota show. That'll be the first show and only show that I'm at this year. So I haven't really seen bait stuff. I actually have talked to Josh Borowski a little bit. I know he's got kind of a cool bucktail bait coming out. So I'll be interested to see that in person. I don't know if I think he's going to have him at the Minnesota show. But no, honestly, I mean, the thing I'm most excited for is just, I mean, I'm going to, like Kevin said, I'm going to get a whole fleet of these 10-foot stealth rods. And not to keep beating a dead horse, but I mean, I don't speak in absolutes very, very often with musky fishing, almost never. But I mean, I will tell you, I've used, like a lot of us, we've used a lot of rods over the years, and Thorn Brothers is, I mean, just hands down. They just, I mean, I've worked there. I see what they do in the rod shop. The guys working there, Lonnie, Mike. I mean, these guys have been there a long time. They're so good at what they do, and the products, everything that they use there is just amazing. So. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are thinking of getting rods this year, or if you're at the Road Rules this weekend, take a look at what they got.
Can you speak in absolutes about 15 AU UA hockey?
Well, I probably could, but I don't want.
I mean, you've already thrown the towel in.
Exactly. Here's the deal: if it's not working out. Just do like we did in basketball. Do the box and chaser. That's the play you need to run.
Well, I don't want to divulge too much information, but we're coming up with some different game plans, which is not really. This isn't. I mean, hockey is like. I mean, it's a real man sport. It's not really like basketball. It's like you don't just like call plays and like go execute them.
That is insulting to several. But there are tens of people listening to this that are insulted right now.
Yeah.
15 UA girls hockey is a real man sport. Okay,
it sounds like it.
Don't get me wrong. No, it's dude. Like we're gonna try to like schematically change a few things, which may or may not work. The girls may or may not listen.
It's not. Are you gonna try to win?
Oh yeah, no, we're trying to win.
Okay. Tell me this.
We're trying to win.
And this is a dead serious question because I've never understood this about hockey. Why don't, like the goalie, I know what they do. Why not just get a big fat goalie and set him in there and block the whole goal?
Dude, it's like the goal is like 6x4. You got to be round. Like,
well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, whoever the goalie is, you feed him like 30,000 calories a day, 600-pound life, and
you've seen the Mighty Ducks, right? Goldberg, they kind of try to do that with him, but dude, they like. Back in like 2003, J.S. Jaguar, the goalie for the Ducks, man, like the actual Anaheim Ducks, which I don't know if it was Anaheim back then. Anyways, like they had to he was stopping everything. They couldn't get a puck by him because he had these big pads, like extra big pads. they went down to the ice and stuff, like around a I don't know. They had to like.
That's what I'm
basically
saying. I would just get a 700-pound behemoth and just have them lay down out there. Just eat.
Is laying down legal? Can you do that?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You could. Yeah, I mean,
just have
dude,
them eating like pasta, like Chef Boyardee, just out of a can. Just
if
saying,
you look at
get
goalies
it.
nowadays, dude, goalies nowadays are like they're all like 6'5", 6'6". They're all from Finland, and they play this
Fucking
butterfly style. So they'll go down on their knees, and their head is like still above the crossbar. So like they make themselves pretty big.
All right. Well, think about that one time. If you've got
unfortunately, we have like a 5'4" girl that plays goalie, so we're not quite dealing with the same size of goaltender, at least.
I'm just saying.
All this like food talk, man. I'm eating Cheetos right now. Seriously.
Well, I'm just saying. You get a gal in there that is a future Lane Bryant model, then you got yourself a goalie.
Yeah, no. If we had to do things, or if we got to do things over, I think you would be like picking the one with the tallest parents, back in U6s, and you'd be telling them that they got to play goalie, because that is kind of how it goes nowadays. But I don't know. I mean, I can't tell girls what to eat and what not to eat. So as far as bulking them up, but I mean, you can always single out the tall one, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I want to do just a short one tonight so that we could talk a little bit about the events this weekend. Kevin, why don't you give your number and website out here in case somebody can't make it this weekend but maybe want to give you a call?
You betcha. So my phone number is 507-456-9023. KevinCochranGuide.com. Kevin Cochran Guide on Instagram. Yeah, I think I've got one June date left. So the entire year, and a handful in August and some in July. So it's kind of slim pickings, but I got a few dates that are prime.
All right, Ryan, why don't you?
If you want to get a hold of me, just use Greg's home number that he used at the beginning of this podcast.
I would love to be your booking agent. That would make me so happy.
No. If you want to get a hold of me, it's 651-206-8767, or TwinCitiesMusky.com. That's Musky with a Y. You can find all my info there too.
All right. Well, hey, guys, remember, guys, the Musky Road Rules this weekend, Musky with a Y, MuskyRoadRules.com. You can sign up there or sign up at the door. We will never turn anybody away. Just show up there in Nishwa at the American Legion on Saturday morning at 9:30, 10 o'clock, or at Thorne Brothers at the 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. Love to have you. Hoping to have a good crowd. You guys take care, and I'll see you this weekend.
Thanks, Greg.
All right. See you.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Bye-bye.